Have you ever wondered where Reading is really headed? Well, every year our city leaders gather to share what's working, what's not, and what's coming next. And this year's State of the City gave us some direction as to the vision our leaders have for our city. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Rooted in Reading. I'm Faith Barrett, your local guide to everything happening here in Redding, California. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and comment below your thoughts as we share weekly updates about Redding and the housing market as a whole. Today, I'm breaking down the highlights from the speech of the 2025 State of the City address, what we should be celebrating, what challenges are still in front of us, and how this all shapes the future of life right here in Redding, California. This is the 38th State of the City speech, and there has been a lot that has gone on throughout the years, but this year's theme was transformation. To kick things off, Chamber Board Chairman Michelle Nystrom reminded us that progress isn't just about the star players. It's about the everyday people behind the scenes, the volunteers, the helpers, the small business owners who quietly keep things moving forward. Her whole speech was centered around the theme of the man in the arena. Some of the stories she highlighted really stood out, and that was like A1 Tree Service, who started a nonprofit to help seniors with fire clearance and now offers free hazardous tree removal for community members in need. Another one was Ben and Heidi Bradshaw, owners of the UPS store here on Churn Creek, who provide free mailboxes for fire survivors and nonprofits, as well as during the holiday season, they help military families be able to ship boxes for free. And another one that she highlighted was Plantable, a downtown nursery that trains veterans and formerly homeless neighbors in job skills. Like Debbie, who is sitting in the audience, who went from living on the streets to graduating high school at age 60 and enrolling at Shasta College. It was a reminder that transformation in Redding isn't just about big buildings or headlines, it's happening in everyday lives. Now, on a bigger scale, Redding was recognized as one of the top 100 places to live in the US for the second year in a row. Now, if you're new to our channel, you might ask, well, why? Well, according to Livability, who puts together this list every year, here are some of the reasons why. Redding's location gives you easy access to lake, trails, and mountains, while still offering a growing downtown with restaurants, coffee shops, and local businesses. The cost of living here is lower than many parts of California, and with our sunny climate, you can enjoy the outdoors almost year-round. That balance of affordability, recreation, and community energy is exactly why Redding stood out nationally. And during this part of the address, Todd Jones, CEO of the Redding Chamber of Commerce, highlighted how this momentum is showing up in real projects, like downtown developments with Market Center and California Places are really adding new energy, or the up-and-coming Redding Public Market will give us a new spot for food, coffee, and community. Or like we've talked about, the Amazon is officially building at Stillwater Business Park, bringing jobs and national attention. And with over 30 ribbon cuttings in the last year, we got to celebrate as a community new businesses opening their door. As Todd reminded us, that momentum we can actually feel in daily life here in Redding, California. But obviously, it's not just celebration. Mayor Jack Munz also reminded us of what he called Redding's Big 7 issues: budget, salaries, roads, infrastructure, homelessness, trash, and crime. And the chamber added a few more to the list, which is housing, rising insurance costs, which we've talked about a lot, workforce development, and energy rates. These are real challenges, and honestly, if you've lived here for a long time, you've probably felt at least one of them firsthand. But the tone of the State of the City wasn't doom and gloom. It was about facing these issues with solutions. On budget and salaries, city leaders talked about the balance between keeping top talent in Redding while staying financially responsible. On roads and infrastructure, the priority is using state and federal funding wherever possible to reduce the burden on local taxpayers. And on homelessness and crime, the focus is shifting towards stronger partnerships, combining public safety efforts with nonprofit, faith groups, and community organizations who are already making a difference here in our area. And on housing, insurance, and workforce development, the Chamber emphasized advocacy, pushing for statewide reforms, and leaning on local school and builders to help fill the gaps. So while the hurdles are big, the message was clear. progress is possible when everyone brings something to the table. Now, one of my favorite parts of the event was seeing local leaders recognized for their impact in our community. Our 5 local highlights this year was Jonathan Anderson of the Good News Rescue Mission, whose team has provided over 800,000 nights of shelter and more than 200 million meals. Longtime KRCR anchor Mike Mangus, who's been the steady voice keeping Reading informed for decades. Shannon Phillips was another one from the McConnell Foundation who championed projects like the Sundial Bridge and downtown revitalization, as well as Bill Johnson of Bethel Church was honored for years of volunteer efforts and financial contribution to the city. And lastly, the city manager, Barry Tippin, who's guided Reading through major transitions and helped prepare the next generation of city leadership. As you can see, there's just different areas of influence in our community, from media to faith to government to philanthropy, but all come with the same goal of making Reading stronger. We also got updates on projects that directly shape daily life here in Reading. Number 1 was the Reading Rodeo is secured for the future with a new 25-year lease plus options to extend in even further years. For a tradition that's been around for more than 75 years, this was a huge win, ensuring families can keep gathering for generations to come. Number 2, the airport runway is being completely upgraded with $29 million in federal funds. That means safer flights, modern lighting, and stronger travel connections, all without tipping into local tax dollars. The last upgrade was in 2001, so this was long overdue. Number 3 is the Pump House 1, originally built back in 1937, is being rebuilt in a deeper part of the Sacramento River. And once it's finished, it will increase water capacity from 28 million to 42 million gallons per day, enough to fill over 60 Olympic-sized swimming pools. That's the kind of behind-the-scenes project that makes sure we can keep up with the growth. Number 4, the Reading Sports Complex has turned a corner under new management. In just the first 4 months, more than 42,000 people came through, generating over $370,000 in revenue that can be reinvested right back into the park. You can expect to see new sports leagues, lighting upgrades, and stronger community partnerships there moving forward. Number 5 is downtown is obviously about to get livelier with the launch of the Entertainment Zone. This new program will let visitors grab a drink from a restaurant and walk through designated downtown areas while enjoying food, live music, and events. It's designed to bring even more energy and foot traffic into the heart of the city. Now, behind the scenes, wildfire crews treated more than 1,600 acres of open space to cut down fire fuels and give firefighters a fighting chance if another major blaze threatens our community. Additionally, community work teams removed over 800,000 pounds of trash and graffiti from illegal dumping and abandoned camps. These projects aren't always the flashy headlines, but they are the backbone of a safe, thriving city. They definitely are the kind of improvements you don't always want to notice day to day until you do. And when you add them all up, they represent real investment into our quality of life. So where does this leave us? Well, Reading is making progress. We obviously still have challenges to address, as any city does, but we're also seeing real investment, leadership, and community energy building momentum for the future. The biggest takeaway from this year's State of the City was that transformation takes all of us. Leaders can set the vision, but progress really happens when everyday people step into the arena, whether that's volunteering, supporting local businesses, or just staying engaged with what's happening in our community. So as we wrap up this video, if you listened or attended the State of the City address, I'd be curious what stood out most to you. Was it the projects that were shared, the community stories, or the challenges we still need to tackle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And as always, thanks so much for tuning into this week's episode of Rooted in Reading, where we not only help you find a home, but a community to thrive in. We'll catch you next week.